Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the life.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the life.
Look at our geographic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the life.
Look at our geographic expression.
Okay, good afternoon, boys and girls. My name is Mr. Darius Goca. Thank you so much for joining me for this wonderful class in mathematics. Okay, so if you have got any questions, boys and girls, you can SMS me on 0970-703139. You can SMS me on 0970-703139. Boys and girls, you must also understand that we have got GMF online classes that are running on Facebook, so you can contact the lines that are scrolling on your screen for you to be part and parcel of the GMF online classes. All right, so boys and girls, in our topic today, we are looking at how to apply fractions to real life situations. How to apply fractions to real life situations. But before we do that, boys and girls, let's look at the homework that I gave you yesterday. All right, let's look at the homework that I gave you yesterday. So our first question, boys and girls, was 3/4 divided by 6. 3/4 divided by 6. All right, so 3/4, boys and girls, divided by 6. I said you write 6/1. So 6/1 meaning that a whole number, you write it over 1. Okay, so the next step is you write 3/4 times. You change the division sign to multiplication sign. Therefore, the numerator will become the denominator and the denominator will become the numerator. So it will be 1/6. Okay, so it will be 1/6. Then from there, you multiply 3 times 1, the answer is 3. Okay, 4 times 6, the answer is 24. All right, so the answer there is 3/24. But boys and girls, there's a number that can go in 3 and in 24, and that number is 3 itself. So 3 into 3, the answer is 1. Okay, and then 3 into 24, boys and girls, 3 into 24, boys and girls, the answer is 8. All right, 3 into 24, the answer is 8. So our answer will be 1/8. All right, our answer will be 1/8. All right, so the next question that I gave you was 6 over 10 divided by 4. 6 over 10 divided by 4. All right, 6 over 10 divided by 4. So this 4, you write it over 1. Okay, then the next step will be 6 over 10 times. So the numerator will become the denominator and the denominator will become the numerator. So it will be 1 over 4. All right, it will be 1 over 4. Okay, so from there now you can multiply the numerators on their own and the denominators on their own. So 6 times 1, boys and girls, the answer is 6 over 10 times 4, the answer is 40. Okay, 10 times 4, the answer is 40. All right, so from there we can divide, because there's a number that can go in 6 and in 40. Okay, so the number that can go in 6 and in 40 is 2. So 2 into 6 is 3. Okay, 2 into 6 is 3. And then 2 into 40, the answer is 20. Okay, 3 into 40, the answer is 20. All right. Sorry, 2 into 40, the answer is 20. Okay, so those are some of the examples that I gave you yesterday. So boys and girls, let's go to today's work. Okay, let's go to today's work. All right, I believe you have got a pen and a book where you'll be writing the questions as I'm writing on the board. Okay, I believe you have got a pen and a book to copy the work. All right, so we are looking at how to apply fractions to real life situations. How to apply fractions to real life situations. Okay, so let's go to our examples for today. Okay, so number 1 says solve the following real life problems. Solve the following real life problems. Number 1. Mwila has to make identical costumes for the school concert. One costume needs to 3/4 meters of chitenge material. How much material must she buy? Okay, number 2, a farmer farmer has an apple orchard. With 144 trees. He has 7 workers to harvest all the apples. How many trees does each worker need to harvest? Okay, so those are our first 2 examples, boys and girls, on the board. The first one says Mwila has to make 12 identical costumes for the school concert. One costume needs 3/4 meters of chitenge material. How much material must she buy? How much material must she buy? Number 2, a farmer has an apple orchard with 144 trees. He has 7 workers to harvest all the apples. How many trees does each worker need to harvest? How many trees does each worker need to harvest? All right, so boys and girls, let's go to our solutions. Okay, so solutions, boys and girls, means answers. Okay, so boys and girls, our topic for today is applying fractions to real life situations. How do we apply fractions in our real life situations? Okay, so Mwila has to make 12 identical costumes for the school. Okay, Mwila has to make 12 identical costumes for the school concert. One costume needs 3/4 meters of chitenge material. How much material does she buy? Okay, so boys and girls, what are we going to do for question 1? What are we going to do for question 1? All right, so boys and girls, for question 1, we are going to multiply. Okay, what are we going to multiply? We are going to multiply 3/4 times 12. We are going to multiply 3/4 times 12. Why? Because we are told to say Mwila has to make 12 identical costumes for the school concert. So one costume needs 3/4 meters of chitenge material. So for us to find the number of meters that she has to buy, we need to multiply 3/4 times 12. All right, so for us to multiply this fraction, we need to change the mixed number into an improper fraction. We are going to change the mixed number into an improper fraction. So 4 times 2, boys and girls, 4 times 2, the answer is 8. 4 times 2, the answer is 8. Plus 3, it will give us 11/4. Okay, so you write this 4 down there. So it will be 11/4 times 12. Okay, so 12, it will be over 1. A whole number has to be, you have to write 1 down there. Okay, so from there, boys and girls, if you want to make your work easier, what do? You can divide 4 and 12. Okay, so 4 into 4, boys and girls, 4 into 4, the answer is 1. 4 into 12, boys and girls, 4 into 12, the answer is 3. All right, so that makes our work much easier. So from there, you can multiply 11 times 3. 11 times 3, boys and girls, gives us 33. So it will be 33 over 1 times 1, boys and girls, the answer is 1. 1 times 1, the answer is 1. 1 into 33, it will give us 33. All right. So she'll need 33. Okay. It shall need 33 meters for her to buy she'll need 33 meters in order for her to make the kitenge material, or for her to make all the costumes that she needs. All right, so the answer is 33 meters. All right, the answer is 33 meters. Okay, so boys and girls, let's go to question 2. All right, a farmer has an apple orchard with 144 trees. A farmer has an apple orchard with 144 trees. He has 7 workers to harvest all the apples. He has 7 workers to harvest all the apples. How many trees does each worker need to harvest? How many trees does each worker need to harvest? So boys and girls, what are we going to do for question 2? What are we going to do for question 2? Boys and girls, for question 2, we are going to divide. So write 144 divided by 7. 144 divided by 7. All right, so 144, boys and girls, divided by 7, you can write it as 144 divided by 7 over 1, even this side over 1. Why are we writing over 1 both sides? Because both of them are whole numbers. Then from there, boys and girls, you are going to write 144 over 1. Change the division sign to multiplication sign. So you write times, then the 1 will go on top and the 7 will come down. So it will be 1 over 7. All right. So from there, boys and girls, you can multiply. So 144 times 1. 144 times 1 will give us 144. All right. 144 times 1 will give us 144. 1 times 7, boys and girls, 1 times 7 will give us 7. Okay, so how many times, boys and girls, does 7 go in 144? How many times does 7 go in 144? I need your answer there, boys and girls, so you can text me the answer. If you have the answer with you, all right, you can text me so that we can interact. Okay, so the number that you can use to SMS me, boys and girls, is 0970-703139. You can use 0970-703139. Our GMF online classes are running. Okay, so you must participate by contacting the lines that are scrolling on your screen, and we'll be there to help you. All right, so let's go to the other example, boys and girls. Let's copy other examples. All right, so we can say this is our example 1. Okay, our example 1. Now we go to our example 2. Example 2. Right, so example 2 says a farmer cultivates 1/4 of his farm with groundnuts. And 2/5 of it with maize. What is the total land area that is cultivated. Okay, number 2, on her way to the copper belt, Chanda first bought a 3/4 tank of petrol. Then 1/2 or half a tank and lastly another quarter tank at different filling stations. How many tanks of petrol did she buy altogether? All right, so boys and girls, in our example 2 there, number 1 says a farmer cultivates a quarter of his farm with groundnuts and 2/5 of it with maize. What is the total land area that is cultivated? Number 2, on her way to the copper belt, Chanda first bought a 3/4 tank of petrol, then half a tank, and lastly another quarter tank at different filling stations. How many tanks of petrol did she buy altogether? All right, so let's go to our answers, boys and girls. Okay, so let's start with number 1. What are we going to do? So boys and girls, if you are given a question, it is important for you to identify keywords in a question. For example, here our keyword is the word total. Okay, our keyword is the word total. So for example, a farmer, the question says a farmer cultivates 1/4 of his farm with groundnuts and 2/5 of it with maize. What is the total land area that is cultivated? So from the word total, we know that we are going to add the 2 fractions. We know that we are going to add the 2 fractions. So from there, boys and girls, we are going to find the answer by adding 1/4 plus 2 over 5. 1 over 4 plus 2 over 5. All right. So boys and girls, if you're adding fractions, what do you do? If you're adding fractions, what do you do? So there we are going to find a common denominator. Okay, we are going to find a common denominator for 4 and 5. What is the common denominator for 4 and 5, boys and girls? The common denominator for 4 and 5 is 20. Boys and girls, when we say a common denominator is a number in which 4 and 5 can go without leaving a remainder. A common denominator is a number in which 4 and 5 can go without leaving a remainder. So boys and girls, 4 can go in 20, sorry. So how many times does 4 go in 20? 4 goes in 20 5 times. 4 goes in 25 times. So 4 into 20, it's 5. 5 times 1, the answer is 5. Plus 5 into 20, boys and girls, 5 into 20, the answer is 4. 4 times 2, the answer is 8. Okay? 5 into 20, it's 4. 4 times 2, the answer is 8. Okay, so 5 plus 8, boys and girls, 5 plus 8, the answer is 13. Okay, 5 plus 8, the answer is 13 over 20. Okay, it's 13 over 20. Let's go to number 2, boys and girls. On her way to the copper belt, Chanda first bought a 3/4 tank of petrol, then half a tank, and lastly another quarter tank at different filling stations. How many tanks of petrol did she buy altogether? Again here, boys and girls, the key word is altogether. The key word is altogether. So altogether simply means we are going to add in order for us to find the total. Okay, so we are going to add 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4. Okay, so we are going to add the totals together, all right, or the fractions together. So from there, boys and girls, what is the common denominator for 4, 2, and 4? What is the common denominator for 4, 2, and 4? The common denominator, boys and girls, for 4, 2, and 4 is 4 itself. Okay? The common denominator is 4 because 4 can go in 4, 2 can go in 4, and 4 can go in 4. Okay, so 4 into 4, boys and girls, the answer is 1. 1 times 3, the answer is 3. Plus 2 into 4, boys and girls, the answer is 2. 2 times 1, the answer is 2. Plus 4 into 4, boys and girls, the answer is 1. 1 times 1, the answer is 1. Okay, so 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2, boys and girls, the answer is 5. 5 plus 1, the answer is 6 over 4. Okay, so the answer that we found, boys and girls, is an improper fraction. So let's change it to a mixed number. So 4 into 6, it's 1. Okay, it's 1, remainder 2 over 4. So there's a number, boys and girls, that can go in 2 and 4, and that number is 2 itself. So our answer will be 1. 2 into 4, it's 2 into 2, it's 1. Okay, 2 into 4, it's 2. Okay, so our answer will be 1 and 1 and a half. All right, so boys and girls, if you have got any questions, you can SMS me on 0970-703139. You can SMS me on 0970-703139. All right, so let's go to our last example for today, boys and girls, in our topic. All right, I hope you are done copying this side and I can rub. All right. Okay, I hope you are done copying. So I believe you found the answer for question 2. All right, because I'll get back to question 2. I hope you did copy in your exercise book and you found the answer. All right. Okay. So, boys and girls, for those who want to be part and parcel of the GMF online classes, they are on. We have got grade 8, grade 10, and 11 classes that are running on Facebook. So you must contact the lines on your screen and they'll be there to help you. All right, you must contact the lines on your screen and they'll be there to help you. Okay, so let's go to our last example for today, boys and girls. Okay, so the question says the teachers are having lunch together and have bought bought six pizzas. Okay, the pizzas have been cut up into 8. A, how many slices of pizza are there? B, if there are 16 teachers, how many slices could each teacher get if they divided the pizza equally? All right, so that is our last example for today, boys and girls. The teachers are having lunch together and have bought 6 pizzas. The pizzas have been cut up into 8. How many slices of pizza are there? how many slices of pizza are there? If there are 16 teachers, how many slices could each teacher get if they divided the pizza equally? How many slices could each teacher get if they divided the pizza equally? So let's find the solutions, boys and girls. Let's find the solutions to our question. So the question says the teachers are having lunch together and have bought 6 pizzas. The pizzas have been cut up into 8. How many slices of pizza are there? So what are we going to do for our question A, boys and girls? For us to find the total number of pizzas that are there, we are going to multiply, okay? We are going to multiply. So we are going to multiply 6 there, okay, times 8. Okay, so 8 there, boys and girls, talks of 1 over 8. Okay, 8 there talks of 1 over 8 times 6. Okay, so 6 there is 6 over 1. Then when you multiply 1 times 6, boys and girls, the answer is what? The answer is 6. Okay, 1 times 6, the answer is 6. 1 times 8, boys and girls, the answer is what? The answer is 8. Okay, all right. The answer is 8 there, boys and girls. So the question says, how many slices of pizzas are there? All right. The teachers are having lunch together and have bought 6 pizzas. Okay. The pizzas have been cut up into 8. The pizzas have been cut up into 8. All right. So how many slices of pizza are there? How many slices of pizza are there? So we have got 1 over 8 times 6. 1 over 8 times 6. All right. So boys and girls, for us to find the answer there, okay, we are going to divide. Okay, we are going to divide. So it is 1 over 8 divided by 6. All right, 1 over 8 divided by 6. Okay, so boys and girls, when we divide 1 over 8 by 6, it is 1 over 8, okay, divided by 6 over 1. Okay, 6 over 1. Then 1 over 8 times, when this one goes on top, it is 1 over 6 there. All right. So boys and girls, for us to find the answer, it will be 1 times 1, which is 1 over 8 times 6, it's 48. Okay. So the answer will be 1 over 48. We go to B. All right. Let's go to B. If there are 16 teachers, how many slices could each teacher get if they divided the pizza equally? If there are 16 teachers, how many slices will each teacher get if they were divided equally? So boys and girls, I'll leave you with question B so that you can answer at your own time. Then we'll revise together when we meet in the next class. So boys and girls, if you have got any questions, you can SMS me on 0970-703139. All right, you can SMS me on 0970-703139. Let me check if at all there are any SMSs. All right. Okay. All right. So for today, boys and girls, there are no SMSs. So you must also understand that we have got the GMF online class that is running, okay, on Facebook. So it can be part and parcel of the GMF online class by contacting the lines that are scrolling on your screen. So make sure, boys and girls, to copy question example 3B in your book and find the answer on your own. When we meet again in the next class, we'll revise the question together. For me, it has been Mr. Darius Daka. Until we meet the next class, it's goodbye and God bless you.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. And these are examples of crops that we grow in Zambia and the livestock.
Lokati algebraic expression.
Good afternoon, class. Once again with me, Mrs. Annie Kantoma, or you can call me Teacher Annie. Welcome to grade 6 class with me, taking you through in English. I'm taking you through in English. Grammar. Okay, before we look at what we are going to do today, let us first revise on the previous lesson that we had. Okay, boys and girls, the previous lesson that we had, we talked about punctuation mark. We talked about punctuation mark, and we said this is a sign such as commas, question mark, speech mark, capital letters, full stop, and colonies. And I've said we use a full stop to mark the end of a sentence, and I gave you some of examples. And we said we use a question mark to end a question. If you're asking a question, we use a question mark. And I've said a capital letters are used at the beginning of any sentence. And when we're talking about proper nouns, we talked about the name of a person, a name of a river, a name of a district, and other things. We also looked at how to use a speech mark, and we said this is a direct speech. When someone is talking, words which are being spoken by someone, we use a speech mark. Okay, today, boys and girls, in English, we're going to talk about verb and tense. Verb and tense. Verb and tense. Okay, if you've got any question, class, you can SMS me on this line 0970-703139. 0970-703139. And I hope you're going to take note of whatever I'm going to write on the board. And can you please pay attention, because at the end I'll give an activity which we're supposed to do. Okay. Verb and tense. Boys and girls, if you may ask, what is a verb? What is a verb? And what is a tense? Okay, boys and girls, a verb is a word used to describe an action. A verb is a word used to describe an action. For example, jumping is a verb because it's an action. Singing, cooking, writing, all those are examples of a verb. I've said a verb is a word which describes an action. And I've given you some examples. For example, writing, singing, jumping, those are actions. And if I may ask, what is a tense? What is a tense? A tense is a form of a verb. This one is a form of a verb which tells us about time. This one is a form of a verb which tells us about time of an action. Is it? Because when we talk about tense, we've got simple present, something which is just happening, past tense, something that happened. So that is a tense. We said a tense is a form of a verb which tells about time of an action. Did it happen now, or to happen in future, or it happened back ago. Okay, so verb and tense. Under this, we're going to look at do, does, and did. Boys and girls, under verb and tense, we're going to look at do, does, and did. And I've explained what a verb is and what a tense is. I've said a verb is a word which is used to describe an action, and a tense is a form of a verb which tells about which tells us about the time of an action. And under this, we're going to look at do, does, and did. Boys and girls, under this, we're going to look at do, does, and did. Boys and girls, I hope I've got a book where I'm going to write what I'm going to write on there. But for any question, you can text me on this line 0970-703-139. Okay. So I've said we're going to look at do, does, and did. So how do you use do? We'll look at how to use each of these three. I've got do, does, and did. So how do you use do? So the verb do is used to talk about actions. The word do is used to talk about actions. So I'm saying the verb do is used to talk about action. So you're saying the verb do is used to talk about action. So we use do if you're talking about actions. If you're talking about actions. And the words do and does are the simple present form of the verb do. If you talk about simple present, something that is happening. So I'm saying the words do and does are the simple. The words do and does are the simple present of the verb do. Okay, boys and girls, I'm saying the verb do is used to talk about actions. If you're talking about action, we use the verb do, and I've said a verb, it's a word which describes actions. And I'm saying the words do and does. These two words are the simple present of the verb do, are the simple present of the verb do. So we'll talk about how to use each of the three. How do you use do? How do you use does? How do you use did, boys and girls? Okay, so use do with the pronouns. So we use this word do with pronouns. If I may ask, boys and girls, what is a pronoun? What is a pronoun? Okay, a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun, and we know that a noun is a naming word. A noun is a naming. So this pronoun takes the place of a noun. So we are saying we use do with pronouns. We use do with the pronouns. We use do with the pronouns I, we, you, and with plural nouns. What do I mean by this? What I mean by this, boys and girls, I've said we use do. I made a mistake here. We use do with the pronouns I, the pronouns I, we, you, and with plural nouns. Okay, boys and girls, I'm saying we use do with the pronouns I, we, you, and with the plural noun. What do I mean by this? And I've said a pronoun takes the place of a noun. A pronoun takes the place of a noun, and a noun is a naming word. So you're saying we use do with the pronouns I. These are the pronouns that we use when you're using do with it. Do. We use the pronouns I, we, you, and with plural nouns. So if you're using do, we use with the plural noun. What's a plural? What does this word mean? Plural noun. Plural means more than one. So you're talking about a lot of things. So you're talking about a lot of things. So this do, we use it with the plural noun, meaning if you are talking about more than one thing, we use do. And these are the pronouns that we use if you are using do. I, we, you, with a plural noun. What? Again, boys and girls, if you've got any question, you can text me on this line, 0970-703139. I hope you're enjoying today's lesson, boys and girls, and I hope you're taking note whatever I'm writing on the board, because at the end, I'm going to give you what to do. Okay, we use do with the pronouns I, we, you, and with the plural noun. So if you're talking about a lot of things, we use do. And these are the pronouns that we use. I, we, you. And I've said a pronoun takes the place of a noun. Okay, let me give you some of the examples on how you can use the do. Examples. Examples on how we can use the verb do. And I've said with the verb do is used to talk about actions. Or maybe you can give me some of the words that we know. You can SMS me on 0970-703139 on how you can use the verb do. Okay, the first example that I'm going to give you how you can use do is, for example, I always do my homework after dinner. We have said we use do with the pronouns I, we, you, and with the plural nouns. We're talking about a lot of things. So, for example, number 1, I always do my homeworks after dinner. Okay, let's look at this example that we have on the board. I always do my homeworks after dinner. I always do my homeworks after dinner. And we said we use do with the pronouns like I. So you can see we've got a pronoun there. I always do my homeworks after dinner. And we said with plural nouns, which meaning this person got a lot of homeworks. It's just not just one, just maybe I've got 2 or 3. So it's saying I always do my homeworks after dinner. The next example that I'm going to give you on how to use the verb do is okay, let's identify a pronoun there. So, since I've said you use pronouns, so pronoun we have this one, I, and plural we have got drawings, we have got also pencils. Since you have said we say plural noun, so to read, I do drawings with colored pencils, meaning the drawings are a lot with the colored, so this is a plural and that one is also a plural, because obviously these drawings are, it's just not one drawing, maybe there are 3 or 4. Okay, the third example that I'm going to give you on how to use do is, For example, we do our shopping at the supermarket. Okay, but that one on the board, we do our shopping at the supermarket. This I've given you 1, 2, 3 examples on how to use the verb do. The first example is I always do my homeworks after dinner. Number 2, I do drawing with colored pencils. Number 3, we do our shopping at the supermarket. Okay, class. Anyone else to give me the fourth example on how to use the verb do? I'll be waiting. You can SMS me on this line to see if you are following what I've been teaching you on how to use the verb do. So you can SMS me on this line, boys and girls, 0970703139. Okay, talked about how to use the verb do. Let us go to another verb that we have, which is the does. Does. How do we use this verb? Does. Okay, we use does with a pronoun he, she, and it, and with the singular noun. This one use singular, one thing. And the pronouns that we use is we, she. The pronouns use is he, she, and it with a singular noun, meaning talking about just one thing. But for do, we say plural noun, meaning we're talking about 3 or 4 things, more than one. And we said a pronoun takes the place of a noun. So I've said we use does, with the pronouns he, she, and it. So these are some of the pronouns which we use when we're talking about the verb does. He, she, and it with singular noun. Singular noun. So this one is singular, meaning if you're just talking about one thing. So I've said we use does with nouns he, she, and it with the singular noun. So it's just opposite of how we use the verb. This one is singular, and these are the pronouns, some of the pronouns that we use: he, she, and it. Okay, what again, boys and girls, we're talking about verb and tense, and we're talking about this do, does, and did. And we said the verb do is used to talk about actions. Now we are looking at does, and I've said we use does with the pronouns he, she, and t. And I've said here I need the fourth example. Let me check if someone has given me the fourth example. No one has given me. Okay, I'll still wait. Okay, let me give you now examples on how to use the does. Examples on how to use the does, since you have said they use these pronouns he, she, and t with singular noun. Number one, how we use does is, for example, so let's read the first example there. The artist does beautiful paintings. The artist does beautiful paintings. So there I've got this. The artist does a beautiful painting. So you can see, you're just talking about one artist. Since I've said singular noun, does beautiful painting. Number 2, the other example that I can give you on how to use does is she does very interesting work. She does very interesting work. So I've got a pronoun there, she. Third example, how to use does. How do you use does? Because I've said does, use does with pronouns he, she, and it with singular noun. Who can SMS me the third example on how to use does? I've already explained how we use it. Does. I've given you the first one, the artist does beautiful paintings. Number 2, she does very interesting work. I'm also waiting for the fourth example there, if you're following, boys and girls. Someone is asking, are you online today? Yes, we are online. Okay. So this is how we use it, does. I hope you have copied these, boys and girls. Let's look at the other verb that we have. Once again, boys and girls, if you've got any question, you can SMS me on this line 0970-703139. For any questions, SMS me on this line 0970-703139. With me, Mrs. Kantoma, you're looking at verb and tense. Do, does, and did. And I said, at the beginning I said a verb is a word which is used to describe an action. A verb is a word which is used to describe an action. And I've said a tense is in the form of a verb. And this one talks about when the action was done. And I'm talking about do. I've said the verb do is used to talk about actions. And the words do and does are the simple present form of the verb do. And we said we use do with the pronouns I, we, you, and with a plural noun. And we use does with the pronouns he, she, and it with the singular nouns. And I've given you examples on how to use does. The artist does beautiful paintings. She does very interesting work. Okay, boys and girls, let's talk about how we can use it. How you can use it. Did. Let's now look at did. Did. So I'm saying the simple past form of do is did. The simple past tense of do is did. So did is a simple past tense of the word did. Do is the simple past tense of the word did. So we're saying it, the simple past form of do is did. So did is a simple past. The simple past form of do is did. I did, meaning it's past. It's a simple past. So let me give you how to use it. Did. How do we use the verb did? Since we have said the simple past form of do is did. The simple past form of do is did. So did is a past tense of the verb do. How do we use did? And I've said did meaning this thing happened in the past. For example, I did. Let me give you examples of who did. Number one, example number one says, I did my homework but forgot. I did my homework but forgot to take it to school. I did my homework but forgot to take it to school. So number one reads the example of did. We've said did, the simple past form of the simple past form of do is did. So number one reads, I did my homework but forgot it to take to school. So meaning this person did the homework in the past but forgot it to take it to school. I did my homework but forgot to take it to school. The simple past form of do is did. Boys and girls, the simple past form of do is did. And the first example on the board, boys and girls, read, I did my homework but forgot to take it to school. Let us look at the other example of how we can use it, did. Number two, the boys did very badly in the boys did very badly in their spelling test. Okay, you've got the other example, boys and girls, here on the board. The boys did very badly in their spelling tests. The simple past form of do is did. So we are using did. The boys did very badly in their spelling test. We can give you the other example on how we can use it, did. Since I've said simple form, the simple past form of do. We can give you the other example on how we can use it, did. So let me give you the last example on how we can use did. The last one says, Mary did her hair in front of the mirror. Mary did her hair in front of the mirror. So I've given you 3 examples on how we can use it, did. I did my homework but forgot to take it to school. The boys did very badly in their spelling test. Mary did her hair in front of the mirror. So if you look at all these sentences on the board, that is in the simple past form. It's in the simple past form. Once again, boys and girls, if you've got any questions, can SMS me on the line 0970703139. Let me check if you've got any questions, because okay, someone has given me an example of how to use it, did. This is good. Where did you go? Now I can see that you are following me, what I'm teaching. I'm also still waiting on how you can use it, do and does. Once again, can SMS me on 0970703139. 139. I hope you are enjoying today's lesson, English, talking about verb and tense. Verb and tense. Do, does, and did. Do, does, and did. And we said the verb do is used to talk about actions. The word do is used to talk about actions. The words do and does are the simple present form of the verb do. And we use do with the pronouns I, we, you, and with plural nouns. And I said pronouns take a place of a noun. Pronoun take a place of a noun. And we use does with pronoun he, she, and it with the singular form. This one is singular. Talk about one thing. First example that I gave you was the artist does beautiful paintings. Second one, she does very interesting work. These were the examples of how to use do. The first example that I gave you was I always do my homeworks after dinner. And you can see the pronoun there, I, and the homework there, which means there are a lot, plural, it's in plural. I do drawings with colored pencils, meaning these drawings are more than one. I've got a pronoun there, I. Number 3, we do our shopping at the supermarket. I've got a pronoun there, we and the supermarket. Okay, does. Use does with the pronouns he, she, and did with singular nouns. Example, the artist does beautiful paintings. She does very interesting work. Now we looked at did, and I said did, the simple past form of do is did. So the simple past form of do is did. And I gave you examples. I did my homework but forgot to take it to school. Number 2, the boys did very badly in their spelling test. Number 3, Mary did her hair in front of the mirror. So if you look at these sentences, boys and girls, they are all in simple past form. This one's for did, since it was said it's in the past form of the word do. Okay, once again, boys and girls, if you've got any questions, you can SMS me on this line 0970 703 139. I hope you have copied this. We just give you what you should do. I hope you have copied whatever was on the board. Let me check if someone has given me the answer of that exam that I need. Okay, we have this one. He does his work at the wrong time. Good, this is good. She does not work at home. Okay, boys and girls, it seems now that you have been following what I've been teaching. This is very good. Okay, now let me give you your homework. I want to see if you have understood today's lesson on how to use the do, does, and did. Okay, get your books and a pen, you write this. Because the next time that we're going to have English, I'll first talk about what I'll give you today to see that people have written. So, can write this homework. Copy what is on the board, but I'm still waiting for more and more examples. Okay, boys and girls, saying complete the following sentences with do, does, and did. So the homework that I'm going to give you, you'll be using this to complete. Either this one, or this one to complete the sentences that I'm going to give you on the board. Okay, the first question is, I always dash my homework in my room. Okay, first question reads, I always dash my homework in my room. So you should choose a suitable answer for that question there. Number 2. Okay, number 2 reads, boys and girls, mom and dad usually dash laundry together. Even this one, find a suitable answer. So either use do, does, and did. Number 3. You dashed the same math problems last week. Number 3 reads, boys and girls, you dashed the same math problems last week. The last question, I'll just give you 4 questions. The last question reads, we always dash our shopping at the farmers market. Okay, so I've got 4 questions there. Complete the following sentences with do, does, and did. Complete the following sentences with do, does, and did. The first question reads, I always dash my homework in my room. I always dash my homework in my room. The second one reads, mom and dad usually dash laundry together. Number 3, you dash the same math problem last week. You dash the same math problem last week. Number 4, we always dash our shopping at farmers market. We always dash our shopping at farmers market. So we have got 4 questions that you're supposed to answer, because the next time that you're going to meet, the first thing that I'll ask for is the answers of this. I've just given you 4 questions. Remember, boys and girls, we are using do, does, and did. Do, does, and did. For any questions, you can SMS me on this number 0970703139. Let me just check if there are any questions. Okay, I've got another example here. The teacher did not mark my work. Okay, good. This one used the verb did. This is interesting. This one has even answered today's work, which homework. Someone has already answered. This is interesting. I'm happy that you guys are being following. Okay, if there are any questions, once again, boys and girls can SMS me on 0970703139. I hope you have copied today's homework, and I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson, boys and girls. Okay, I've got also GMF online classes. They're still running for grade 11, grade 10, 11, and 12. So if you're interested, you can also SMS me, or you can SMS the lines which are showing on your screen, 0970703139, to be part and parcel of the online classes which are going on. It seems you don't have any questions, and I hope we have copied today's homework, because it's the first thing that I'm going to ask when we meet again. Okay, I've enjoyed today's lesson because people at least are answering what I was giving on the board. I know that people, the class is following. Boys and girls, once again, any questions? 0970703139. If there are no questions, boys and girls, I've been with me, Mrs. Annie Kantoma. You can call me Teacher Annie. God bless you until we meet again. Bye-bye.